All right, another episode of Altcoin Hunt. Maybe let's get into it. All right, so today we got something interesting, actually. I enjoyed doing the research for this one. It's called Solaxy. Hopefully I'm saying that right. It's fun. Let's take a look at what I'm looking at here. So, it's built on Solana. And Solana, it's been a great token this cycle, but it has its issues, right? It's fast until it isn't. There's transaction failures. There's definitely times where there's congestion. And then you got like the stuck forever kind of button spam that happens. So that's what Solaxy is trying to fix. It's a L2, a layer 2 project, promising to scale Solana to the moon. Your typical meme coin type of stuff. But is this the real layer 2 savior or just another pre-sale like cash grab hiding behind futuristic fonts and a funny website? Let's find out. Strap in. We're not going to show you anything here. We're going to search for signal in the noise and then we're going to score it. So let's start off with the narrative and the vision here. And I really want to show this also. This history thing was awesome. If you haven't, definitely go check this out. I'm not going to go through it all, but it's got Steve Jobs in here, but this was my favorite. This is Vitalik, the person who launched Ethereum, obviously Ethereum. And it's pretty funny. So the website is funny. They have a roadmap. They have a white paper, which we'll get into too. But they claim to unlock the true potential of Solana with a roll-up powered layer 2, targeting basically one key pain point, which is scalability without sacrificing speed or decentralization. So, gasless meme tokens, basically low latency GameFi and high throughput dApps, all settling back onto Solana mainnet. They're pitching the future of Solana as sort of modular, flexible, and optimized for mass adoption. It's ambitious and it's pretty polished. I got to say, the marketing is there. The marketing slop is top tier here, but it's also a bit vague, and we'll get into some of that. It's a compelling need. The pitch is sleek, but the vision feels broad and sort of heavy on like meme slogans. So my score for the narrative and vision is still a solid 15 out of 20. Let's get into the tokenomics and the supply before we talk about the white paper or any of that stuff. 102 billion SOLX is the token. The volume is just under 1 million and the market cap is 86 million. So not a lot of volume, but it just released today, June 27th, literally just released this morning, 11 a.m. Eastern. There's no early VC unlocks dumping on retail, which is good. We can actually look at their tokenomics here so you can see what I'm talking about. Basically 20% treasury, 15% marketing, 25% for rewards, 10% of listing it on various exchanges, and then 30% to the dev team. It's worth noting there's no token burn currently defined. So supply could get bloated pretty fast. So that's that. You can also stake this and we'll give it a score. Tokenomics and supply, standard meme coin stuff. It's pretty transparent on the allocation, which is good. And it's focused on the staking. But the cons are that there's no burn and there's an ultra high supply. So we'll give it a 13 out of 20 on the tokenomics and supply. Let's move on to the tech and execution. This is where things get kind of interesting. They use a roll-up architecture, off-chain processing, and modular design. All good buzzwords if it's actually implemented, right? They promise developer-friendly plugins, high-speed building of transactions, and real-time dApp support. Sounds awesome, but there's no GitHub repo linked on their, CoinMarketCap site. I couldn't find one myself. And most of the white paper here, as you can tell, is concept heavy with few dev commits to basically back this up. Like the white paper is like milestones, why, intro, some technical information. There's not too much here, right? It's basically the website turned into a PDF. That's actually pretty much literally what it is. They might have actually threw this PDF into ChatGPT and said, build me a 2006 style Flash website from this. And that's what you got here. So there's an audit, yes. CoinSalt did a smart contract review, so they're good there. We're still in pre-sale, right? So scalable tech stack in theory, no working product though, and light on the dev transparency. We don't know who's behind this project. I'll give it a score of 11 out of 20 on the tech and execution. So let's go to the market and liquidity portion. They plan to list on both decentralized and centralized exchanges in either Q2 or Q3 of this year, starting at a final pre-sale price of 0.00179 cents. That's traction, right? They do have a big community on Telegram. They do have good engagement on X. They have 72,000 followers. They're not following anybody. That's cheeky. And their launch pinned post got 900 likes, 300 comments, and 192K impressions. So pretty good. I mean, I got to say, it's pretty good. Whether or not that's purchased or whatever, I mean, it is what it is. It's not bad. The engagement is there, right? They've hinted at discussions with top exchanges, but there's nothing locked in yet. Nothing really there. Presale open to the public. There's effort on listings. There's just no current major liquidity. There's no top tier backing yet. I'm going to have to give it a 14 out of 20, a lukewarm score on the market and liquidity. Let's go to the last section, which is exit risk and transparency. They offer a 14-day refund window for retail investors. I don't even know how that would work, and it sounds ridiculous. Take away kind of what I said here. The team is they kind of dox themselves. We got the managing director here, Manish, a contact here. You can request a refund, so I guess that's how that works. I don't know. That seems ridiculous to me. It just doesn't seem like it would work in practice. It's registered in the British Virgin Islands. There's no LinkedIn or dev profiles for the builders, but there's a few red flags here, right? There are a few red flags here. I don't know if I want to look this up on Google Maps. We'll just leave that off. Yeah, I would give it a 13 out of 20. Not great. Couple of weird things this just seems insane to me. Offshore setup, that screams rug pull to me. So 13 out of 20. Final verdict. It's a shiny pitch for fixing Solana's worst sort of headaches, but it's still, a PowerPoint level protocol. There's no code, there's no mainnet, no testnet, whatever. If they pull it off, it could become a real player in terms of a meme token on Solana. If they don't, it's just another layer 2 with, basically space branding and Pepe's on it. 66 out of 100, final verdict. It's not trash tier, but not top tier yet. If you're betting on Solana, though, in general for this cycle, it's worth watching. That's it for Solaxy. Hope you enjoyed it. I had fun researching this, so we'll see you next time. And as always, thank you for watching.